Alright, time for the solutions for the transformations practice. You got this about a week ago, I'm sorry for being so slow, but here it is, and we're going to get the solutions for all of these. So on this, you're supposed to perform the transformation. So you're supposed to do a 90-degree rotation counterclockwise. So in case you forgot, the function that does that is xy goes to, you got to switch the coordinates, and you got to switch the sign on the y coordinate. It's going to switch the signs for you. So y here is currently at -3, 0. So if you want to do the transformation for that, you got to switch the order, and you got to make the first one the opposite sign. Well, the first one's 0 now, and so you really don't change anything on it. But that gives you y prime right there. That's supposed to be a y. That gives you y prime. M over here is currently at -3, -4. Well, if you switch the order, you'll get -4, -3. And you have to remember to make the first coordinate the opposite sign. So we're looking for 4, -3, which is right there. And that's going to be my M prime. And G right now is currently at 0, -2. So if you switch the order, you'll get -2, 0. But you have to make the first one the opposite sign. So you're looking for the point 2, 0. And that's where you're going to put your G prime. So now I got my 3 coordinates here, my 3 vertices. Not coordinates, my 3 points. I have my triangle. And that's this guy rotated 90 degrees around the origin, counterclockwise. On 2, this function tells you to add 3 to the x's. That means go right 3. And then the add 2 to the y, that means go up 2. And so all these points are going to go right 3, up 2. So t here, if I go right 3 and up 2, it's going to be right there. So there's my t prime. G, currently right there. If I go right 3 and up 2, it's going to put G there. And then B, if I go right 3 and up 2, I'm going to get right there. So there's B prime. I got all 3 vertices. There we go. There's my shape. On 3, it gives us a function. We have to follow the directions on it. You take your coordinates, switch the order. Notice how it's y and x. And you have to make the second one the opposite sign. So you just got to switch the sign on that second coordinate there. And so I'm going to take all my coordinates here and do just that. M is currently at 1, -2. If I switch the order, I will get -2, 1. And I need to switch the sign on the second coordinate. So I'm going to get -1. So -2, -1 is where M prime is going to be. Okay, X is currently at 3 and -3. If you switch the order, you'll get -3, 3. But you got to make the second one the opposite sign. So -3 and -3 are going to be the new coordinates for X. So there's X prime. E is currently at -2, -4. If you switch the coordinates, you'll get -4, -2. But you got to change the sign on the second coordinate there. Like I said, it's there. And so we're going to get -4, 2 as our new coordinates for E. So there's E prime. J is currently at -2, -3. If you switch the order, you'll get -3, -2. But you got to switch the sign again on the second one, just like the directions say. And so we're looking for -3, 2. That's going to be J prime. So once we have all that, we can connect it up. And here, let me make X a little bit better location. So there's my X prime. And now I got my shape right there. My figure. Moving on to 4, we need to reflect over the line y equals 2. To do that, I'd highly recommend draw the line first. If you got a y equals a number, that's a horizontal line at how tall that y value is, which is 2. So now I got my line here. I'm going to take each of these points, find out how far above the line is, and you have to go that far below it to get the new point. So A is currently 1 above, so A prime is going to be 1 below. D is currently 3 above, so I need to go 3 below to get the new point. W is 2 above, so I need to go 2 below to get W prime. And M is 3 above, so I need to go 3 below to get the new position for M. So there's M prime, W prime, A prime, D prime, and M prime. And we got our shape right there. Let's try and get the whole front page on one video. Okay, on 5, we need to translate left 3 units and down to 2 units. So left 3, down 2. And so we're just going to move all these points just like that. Left 3, down 2. There's going to be my new spot for S. There's S prime. A needs to go left 3, down 2. So A prime is going to be right there. J needs to go left 3, down 2. So I'm going to put him right there. There's J prime. T needs to go left 3, down 2. And there's T prime. And so I got my new figure right there. It's just a translation. It's 2 translations, but all together. And then 6, this function is a 180-degree rotation. But it really helps to just take the coordinates and go along with it. Like right now, L is currently at the coordinates 0, 2. So if you just change the sign on both of those, you got 0, -2. So that's where L prime is going to be. L prime. H is currently at -2, 3. Switch the sign on both of them. You got 2, -3. And 2, -3 is right there. So there's going to be my H prime. Q is currently at -2, 1. -2, 1. You guys switch the sign on both of them to -1. And we got our new coordinates. 2, -1. There's my Q prime. And P is currently at -3, -2. Switch the sign on both of those to get 3, 2. And so we go to 3, 2. And there's my new P. And once you have all that, you can draw your beautiful figure. And I messed up somewhere. Where did I mess up on? C, L's, 0, 0. Oh, I figured out what I did wrong. I just connected it wrong. There we go. I was like, man, what the heck's going on with my shape? I just connected it wrong. So yeah, it looks like that instead. So there we go. There's the front side. At least for 6.